President Trump receiving praise today for the covert mission to strike Iran's nuclear facilities from his former Vice President Mike Pence, who said this, quote, President Trump made the right call to deploy American forces to strike nuclear sites in Iran, and he should be commended for his decisive leadership. Iran could never be allowed to obtain a nuclear weapon. Thanks to the resolve of our commander-in-chief and the courage and professionalism of our armed forces, America, Israel, and the free world are safer as a result. Tonight, President Trump proved again that the United States of America is the leader of the free world, and America stands with Israel. Former Vice President Mike Pence joins me now. Good to have you with us, Vice President Pence. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me on, Martha.
You know, the things that you point out there, the importance of the free world and the fact that, you know, President Trump made this very gutsy move. I just want to go back to the pre-election period in 2024, because you joined me here several times then. And this is what you said in March of the election year. Watch.
Donald Trump is pursuing and articulating an agenda that is at odds with the conservative agenda that we governed on during our 4 years. And that's why I cannot, in good conscience, endorse Donald Trump in this campaign.
So now, you know, at this point in the presidency and watching how it's playing out, do you have any regrets about that statement back then?
You know, the president and I have had our differences, which resulted in me staying out of the 2024 race. But I have to tell you, I couldn't be more proud of President Trump's decisive leadership in this moment, or the extraordinary professionalism and courage of our armed forces that brought about this historic mission. I mean, I must tell you, I saw last night as really a continuation of the policies of our administration, where we isolated Iran as never before. We got out of the Iran nuclear deal. We used force, first against Syria when they used chemical weapons on their own people. We took down the ISIS caliphate with our military and their leader. And, of course, the president's decision, which is very reminiscent to last night, the president's decision to take down Qasem Soleimani. I've been there at his side, and I must tell you, I honestly had no doubt that if the Iranians did not step up and make a deal to dismantle entirely the Iranian enrichment program, that President Trump would act, our armed forces would deliver, and that's just what happened.
You know, I mean, you talk about how necessary this move was, and that it may, many people say, rewrite the Middle East. And, you know, so I'm just curious, when you look back now, do you think that he is the only person who was out there running for president who would have ever done this? And are those consequences big enough that it makes you regret not supporting?
Well, Martha, there's not a day goes by that I wish Kamala Harris was president of the United States. I expect if she'd have somehow found a way to win that election, we'd have been back to the policies of appeasement that the Biden-Harris administration implemented. But
I mean, even over other Republicans who ran,
I think it set the stage for October the 7th.
Yeah.
I mean,
would any of the other Republicans who ran have made this mission last night?
Well, I think many would have. I certainly would have not hesitated to move as the president did. But look, I don't think I'm not in the rearview mirror today, Martha. I mean, I'm looking eyes forward, and I really do want to commend President Trump and his entire national security team for doing what really needed to be done. The very idea that the most dangerous regime in the world would have possession of the most dangerous weapons on earth has been intolerable. It's been the long-standing policy, was during our administration, that Iran would never be allowed to obtain a nuclear weapon. I think Israel took important and decisive efforts when they launched an attack on Iran 1 week ago, and with the defensive support of our forces, they managed to essentially control the airspace, create this opportunity. The president gave the Iranians 60 days. Israel launched on the 61st day, and the president told them, you need to come to the table. And when they didn't, President Trump acted. And that's just the kind of leadership the American people would expect.
We're looking at the scene around the Situation Room, and I have to say it's good to see these images and the thoughtfulness on people's faces around the table. And I see Susie Weil there, and I think she's done an extraordinary job as chief of staff of keeping things very much on track. Obviously, the president trusts her a lot. She's involved in all of these situations. And I wonder, as you reflect on the first term and you look at things now, what do you think is the major difference?
Well, look, I think it's different personnel, but I think what you saw last night is when it comes to the national security of the people of the United States, when it comes to the security of our most cherished ally, Israel, nothing's really changed. I mean, I sat at that table. I was in the room when we literally watched our armed forces take down Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi with satellite imagery on the big screen. I was at the president's side when he made the decision to essentially launch the effort that took down the most dangerous terrorist in the world in Qasem Soleimani. It's why I really knew in my heart that if Iran didn't come to the table, that President Trump would make good on the threat, that if they were not willing to dismantle their uranium enrichment deal, it would be destroyed. And my hope is, as the bomb damage assessments continue to come in, my hope is we've substantially advanced that cause. And if we haven't completely eliminated their program, that we have set it back years and really set the conditions to ultimately achieve the goal of a peaceful future in the Middle East without Iran making a threat of using nuclear weapons against Israel, our allies, or the United States.
Israel obviously very happy, and this is a very consequential moment. The Wall Street Journal saying Trump meets the moment on Iran, and history will tell the story. Vice President Mike Pence, always good to see you. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us today.
Thank you, Martha.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.